Today I'm going to show you an easy way to defeat Demigra, as he can be a very annoying boss battle. Now, before we start, there are certain items you should stock up on. I highly recommend it will help you out in the long run. For this battle, I have 4 items equipped, 4 health items, 1 small, medium, large, and Z health item to help you recover health during the multiple battles to where you can't leave. Next, I recommend your character to be at least level 45 or higher for difficulty purposes. Next, I also recommend you have a special attack over a certain stat, which is over 25. As you can see, mine is well over 30, as well as a decent amount of keys, so you will be able to easily spam your special attack and ultimate attack when needed. During the first fight, Demigra will have some type of hyper armor to where he can't flinch or get staggered at all. To get around this, move back and forth or side to side spamming key blast until he's able to get staggered or he's able to get flinched. You will notice when you spam key blast, it will show a hit counter when the blast actually connects when he doesn't have his hyper armor anymore. When this happens, rush up to him as fast as you can, do as much damage as you can with any combo. Preferably, I will use certain special attacks such as Big Bang Attack or Kamei Wave, as the Double Sunday and Masako would not work because they are mostly knockback attacks and will not do any major damage. Ultimate Attack, well, that's personal preference, but it's better to use any ultimate attack that is fast, that doesn't take long to charge up, because during the future boss battles, this won't do you any good, as to he will do his special while you're doing yours, and naturally his will go through yours and you will end up losing. So during the first fight, go side to side, spam key blast until his hyper armor breaks, so he's able to flinch again, do as much damage as you can. Do this a repeated amount of times until you have depleted 1 bar, and then right after, he will have taken control over Trunks, and now you have to fight Demigra as well as Dark Trunks. This one is going to be a little more difficult. You cannot stop moving at all, because if you do, Dark Trunks will catch up to you and he will deal a ton of unnecessary damage. This is another use for your items. Your items will really help you during this boss battle. Use them as you see fit if you get low enough on health. But by this time, you will only need the 1 health item, as you will keep the remaining 3 for the future boss battles. As I would normally do, I would use the small health item, then I'll use the medium, large, and Z health item right after. I always start off with the smaller health item. So for this one, go back and forth, the same method as before. Go back and forth, spam key blast until you break his hyper armor till he's able to flinch again or stagger. But this time, do not use their special, as if you do, Trunks will catch up to you and ignores your ultimate attack and deal more damage to you than you're doing to Demigra. So I highly recommend not using ultimate attack during this phase of the battle. But you are able to spam special attack as needed. So once Demigra is out the way, Trunks is pretty much easy throughout the rest of this phase. So pretty much deal with him like you would deal with any normal opponent, since he can get staggered and he can flinch. Right after that, you will have to fight Demigra once again. As before, he has his hyper armor, so he's unable to be staggered or he's unable to flinch. So the same method as the previous 2, go back and forth, spam a key blast. 2 new things: he has gained an ultimate attack and a special attack to where he teleports and continuously combos you. So this method, you will keep moving back and forth, fly away as needed, and when he starts to use his ultimate attack, fly as far away as possible, as this can kill you in 1 hit. As well as using the ultimate attack can be bad during this phase. Once you initiate the ultimate attack, he will initiate his, and then it will go through yours naturally and you will lose. So get himself down to a certain length, then Goku will arrive and he will become a great decoy, as well as doing major damage with his Kamei Wave. So as before, during the previous phases, continue moving back and forth and spamming key blast until you see a hit counter, or when Goku decides to rush in and you see a hit counter, you do the same. Rush in, deal as much damage as you can. After this, you will fight Demigra in his transformed state. Now this one is a little weird, but it's not nearly as hard as the previous phases, mainly because he doesn't move around as much as he did. Now this one has a really tricky hyper armor, as to where it's not really noticeable, so you can go up to him and combo him anytime to see if he has hyper armor. armor, this will be alright, as to his moves doesn't do as much damage as they did before, from my personal experience. So the same method as before, move side to side while spamming Ki Blast, and essentially mix it in with some super attacks as well as ultimate attacks. Once you get his health down to a certain level, Goku will arrive once again, and from there the fight should be really easy. But during this point you will probably only need 3 items, depending on how much damage you're taking, how much or how good your defense is as far as your stats. So yeah, once Goku arrives, he would naturally use Kame Wave a lot, as well as his ultimate attack, the Super Kame Wave. It dealt a ton of damage. While he's doing that, I would do the same for maximum damage. Now from there, the fight should be easy, because of Goku, he made it a lot easier. So that's pretty much it. That is how you defeat Demigra, how to get around his hyper armor. Now you have completed the game. Now on to the parallel quest and to getting the rest of the characters.